What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. First off, going to start this video off with saying make sure you click the subscribe button and ding the bell for me real quick. Leave you some comments too if you like these videos. Let me know. Like it. But to what this video is today, this is a spin die technique. Yeah, I have done a spin die video before, but this is going to be a little bit different. So first off, the things you're going to need is going to be some sort of glue. This is cheap Elmer's glue substitute. That's all you need. You don't need nothing crazy. Just something you can handle real easy. Of course, your disc. I've got a little X out D3 Max here. I use acetone and Idye poly mix. I also have a this is Spike It. It's a worm dip mix for chartreuse yellow. But whichever combination you use, you're gonna have to have acetone and that dye, whatever it is, unless it's that worm dip because it already is mixed. But I'm going to use the yellow and red as my base, and then I'm going to come back over that with black. And why I'm coming over it with black is the type of dye, spin dye, is going to be a glue mask dye. It's a cool look. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and I thought a lot of people would enjoy being able to do this dye for themselves. So it just looks really cool. But be warned, the gluing part is pretty messy, so that's just a heads up. Oh, and you'll need something to spin your disc on. I use this old beat up record player. You can use, there's plenty of other substitutes you can do. You can rig up skateboards, whichever way works for you. But we're gonna get right into it. I've already got some acetone in my red, and I've got this, like I said, this yellow is already pre-mixed, so that's ready. So first step in this process is whatever colors you want to show through the black, you have to spin those first. So like I'm doing yellow and red on this disc, so those are going to be done first, and then I'll take it and kind of wipe it, just clean it a little bit and come back to the record player to do the glue part. So we'll time lapse through this real quick right now. Okay, so now that I've done this base spin, I'll show you. Kind of cool looking right there. Like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna go and just clean this just a little bit just to get some of this acetone off of it, and then we'll come back and do the glue part. Alright, so I've got this clean, or just a quick clean of it. So I'm going to put this back centered and just test it real quick. Pretty much centered. When you look at the time lapses or close up of these this record player, you'll see all these silver circles. That is what helps me get this center really easy. I've gave that tip before. Now wherever, there it is. So now comes the part for your glue. The technique to this is not a crazy technique. What I'm aiming to do is get this dyed part of the rim. I'm not really worried about that. That was just for me. My motion really is just kind of like a back and forth. You can change it up side to side sometimes. But keep in mind, the more glue you lay down, the less black is going to go on the disc. It's because you're kind of doing, I guess you would think of it as like a negative. So if you do a little amount of glue, you're going to have a lot more black on the disc. So just keep that in mind whenever you lay glue down. If you wanted less black and more color to show through, then you need to go heavy on the glue. But I'll pretty much try to let my time lapse show you how this goes. And you do this while the record player is spinning. Gives it a cool look. So I'm going to move the camera and we'll get started. So this is what the glue is looking like now, and like I said, it's going to be messy, but keep in mind, once you let all this dry, this glue just peels right up. So it looks like it's going to be a crazy mess, but you can peel it right up after it dries out. But now is the waiting game, because you have to let this dry. So if you can put it near something warm or whatever, it'll help it go quicker, but you have to let this glue dry before you do the next step. So I guess we'll see you here in a little while, because I don't know how long this will take. Alright, so the glue is pretty much dry. That's just something you need to pay attention to, is make sure, especially if you get big globs of glue in big spots, make sure you get that fairly dry. I used a hair dryer just to kind of speed it up a little bit, but then I let it sit after that, because some of the spots were just too thick. So if you don't let that glue dry and you start spin dyeing it, might drag the glue a little bit, so it'll kind of mess up what you're doing. Won't be bad, but ideally you want that glue to be dry. I'll show you what it looks like. That glue, it dries clear, so it's going to be kind of hard to tell, but I'll move the camera and get it set up so the time lapse will show as I'm spinning black on it. I'm doing black over this. You could probably do some other dark colors if you wanted to, so I always do black. I just like the way black looks, so let's do it. Okay, so we've got this part of the spin done now. Let me pick this up. So this is what it's looking like at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll go wash this real quick and see what it looks like, and then we'll probably finish it off with one more spin dye. Think it'll look good. Let's go see. Alright, so this is what it's looking like right now. Pretty sweet. It's a pretty easy dye to do, just time consuming, just because of the glue. But I think what I'll do is I'll probably lay just a solid black line somewhere in this middle region, because I just like doing that, kind of frame stuff out. So I'll probably do that, but outside of that it'll be done. Let's do that real quick. Q-tip. Give it a fade out. That's pretty much what the outcome will be. I'll go wash this last spin dye, and it'll be done. Pretty sweet. I'll cut real quick and I'll show you one other cool thing. Okay, and the last cool thing, boom, look at this. Where this that yellow dye I was talking about is UV sensitive, so you take a black light and it'll light your disc up too. Now it doesn't glow, see, but it does under black light. So if you ever use one of these in a glow round, even though it doesn't hold glow, if you have a black light flashlight like I've got right here, you could probably find your disc. But yeah, that's all we got. Till next time, peace.